What is up, everybody? Matt Gajewski here, back again with the Awesemo team. And we are here today with our good friends from PrizePicks to talk some college football plays for tonight's Friday night action. Our friends over at PrizePicks have a variety of props you can take a look at. And today we are going to dig into those at each of the respective positions. But before we get started, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all other content goes live. Heading over to our prize pick screen, we are going to start at the running back position, and there's a couple that really stand out here. Our first one I want to highlight is Ty Chandler, North Carolina running back, facing Virginia Tech, a game that has a pretty healthy total overall. It's 62.5 points. You have Ty Chandler on the team that's favored in North Carolina, favored by 6.5, so game script projects to work in his favor. Also match up to Virginia Tech, a team that allowed over 180 rushing yards on the ground per game last year. There's a lot of opportunity in North Carolina with Javonte Williams and Michael Carter heading to the pros. We have Chandler coming over as a transfer from Tennessee. He's the only notable back of consequence, and he's a guy that's rushed for over 450 yards in 3 straight years. Should really benefit from a North Carolina offensive line that is intact and is the strength of this team. So our first prize pick is going to be Ty Chandler for North Carolina over the 72.5 yards. Number two, actually the same exact prop. We have Mateo Durant for Duke. Same prop, 72.5 rushing yards. This is one that is also really intriguing. Duke is not normally a team you're considering for positive game script, a lot of rush attempts, but Duke is a 6.5 point favorite over Charlotte. They had a timeshare last year at the position between Mateo Durant and Deion Jackson. Deion Jackson heads to the pros, which should benefit Durant here. Durant was the more efficient rusher for this Duke team. Last year, he carried 120 yards for 120 times for 817 yards on the ground. You look at the matchup against Charlotte. Charlotte's defense allowed over 200 rushing yards per game last year. So not only do we have game script benefiting Mateo Durant, but a narrowing of opportunity and a fantastic matchup for the Duke running back. He is the second of the prize picks. And our third one here, we are going to head over to Jarek Broussard for Colorado. This is a team that's facing Northern Colorado. They're huge favorites, so you have to balance how much do the starters actually play in this game and how much do we see the backups. But first and foremost with this Colorado team, last year Alex Fontenot was hurt. He was projected to be the lead running back before injury. That allowed Jarek Broussard to have his breakout campaign. And Broussard, a fantastic season for him, over 800 rushing yards. But Fontenot comes back. Fontenot is the bigger back of the two. Broussard, more of your change of pace type back, and they should split the work to some degree. From there, this spread is 37.5 points in favor of Colorado. If they blow the doors off of Northern Colorado, how much Jarek Broussard do we actually see? So going under on this prop makes a lot of sense to me in what should be somewhat of a timeshare compared to what we've seen in the past. We'll change positions here. There's a couple other ones we want to highlight a little bit before moving on. One in the same offense is Brandon Lewis, quarterback for Colorado. Again, they're enormous favorites here, so you can kind of play this both ways. I'd like to sort of correlate this bet under on Jarek Broussard over on Brandon Lewis. Lewis is a completely unknown commodity at the quarterback position, but he should not struggle with efficiency whatsoever against Northern Colorado, and it's a team that is projected for over 40 points. That means some should come on the ground, some should come through the air. 172.5 passing yards is pretty low for a guy like Brandon Lewis, even though he's unproven. No idea what the efficiency is going to look like. In this matchup, it should be pretty easy to eclipse. And our final one for Friday night, we will head to the receiver position where you have North Carolina. Again, another prop that is correlated here. So if you're taking the over on Ty Chandler, you might want to look at the under on one of these receivers. We have two listed, one in Khafre Brown, one in Emery Simmons. Khafre Brown is projected for more receiving yards on the site, 67.5. However, he was listed as a co-starter on the depth chart. Emery Simmons listed as a clear starter. Josh Downs, prop not available, but listed as a clear starter here. You could see Khafre Brown for that reason in a timeshare at the position. He was listed as co-starters with Antoine Green. Going under 67.5 receiving yards makes a lot of sense here in this prop. Like to correlate this with the Ty Chandler as well. But that will do it for us today. I am Mac. See you again next time, and thank you for watching.